Here are my Ireland player ratings for their 36-20 win over Japan. Not Ireland's best performance. There will be a few low scores here, not that low, because at the end of the day, Ireland got the job done. It was never going to be a smooth performance against a good Japan team as well. A lot of changes made. There's not going to be cohesion. There's going to be a lot of different things going on. It's going to take a while for these players to get used to each other. So I will keep that in mind for these ratings. There will be a few that are good, a few that are bad as well. So before we do get into it, if you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. I really do appreciate all the support. The Ireland fans on the channel have been absolutely awesome. By far the best, I have to say. By far the best. The most numbers as well, always giving views to the videos, and I really do appreciate it. And it's made me want to watch Ireland even more. So now I understand the players, now I understand the situation Ireland's in. So I'll give my player ratings and I'll explain some of the things based on some of those kind of thoughts as well. But thank you so much for all the support. We've just hit 3,000 subscribers this week. We're aiming for 10,000 now, so thank you very much. But let's get right into it, starting off with number 1, Tom O'Toole. I've gone for a 6 out of 10. He's a very valuable player, one of the most valuable players in the Ireland team. Plays on both sides of the scrum. The last time he played for Ulster, he played on the other side of the scrum. Now he's playing on the completely different side as well, and he's doing a very good job. A solid performance from Tom O'Toole in a forward pack that's so changed right now. It's never gonna click like it will for a forward pack that's played together 15 to 20 times in their careers together. It's just not going to click that way. But he still did a good job with the kind of lack of cohesion there was, and he still had a solid game in my opinion. So a 6 out of 10. Moving on to Ronan Kelleher at number 2. I've gone for a 4 out of 10. Look, not a good performance. Very, very bad. Poor line out throwing. The whole line out did not work that well today. It's a whole accumulation of things. It's not just him, but his line out throwing was not the best today. There were some things he did well around the park, but I have to go with a 4 out of 10 for that performance because yes, lack of cohesion, also bad line out timing, bad line out jumping. Some of the throws weren't good either. So a 4 out of 10 for Ronan Kelleher. The one thing he needed to do, he wasn't the best at today. Number 3, Thomas Clarkson. I've gone for a 7 out of 10. Really good around the park. Steady at set piece. I like Thomas Clarkson a lot. I haven't really known much about him until now, but what I've seen from him, I like him. Him and Tom O'Toole, both very good players. They get on with their jobs very well. They do their roles very well, and they play very well around the park. Also, back to Ronan Kelleher. He will be a part of that team next week. He's a very important player in this team. It's just one of those days where he's not a 4 out of 10 player. Probably could have been a 5 or a 6 in someone else's eyes. I just thought missing that amount of throws, being that inaccurate today, you have to be better at that level, especially if you are that experienced. But back to Thomas Clarkson, a 7 out of 10. Really good around the park. I like this guy a lot. He gets the job done every time. He puts in the hard graft every single game. Alright, so moving on to the 2 locks there, number 4 and number 5, Tide Burn and James Ryan. I've gone for a 6 out of 10 for both. Both of these guys being the kind of heartbeat of an engine room that was malfunctioning today in the forward pack. Not the best performance from the forward pack, but if you were to give these guys 5 games together, there would be a completely different forward pack to what they are right now. I truly do believe that because there's some really good quality in that forward pack. That being said, not the greatest game from Tideburn, not the greatest game from James Ryan either. I thought James Ryan got a bit lucky to get let off with that shoulder charge there, but I won't talk about that too much. But that's what you expect from James Ryan. He will do those things. He pushes the limits, but he pushes the limits of the rules sometimes, but he does do it in the right way to kind of help his team out. So he's the type of player you love if he plays for your team. You don't like him if he plays against your team. And I've seen so many South African fans that don't like him because he plays like that. But there's a lot of guys from my team, South Africa as well, that the other teams don't like, that I seem to like. So every team needs a player like that. And James Ryan is one of those players. He does the hard work really well. Sometimes he takes it a bit far, but you need a guy like that in your team. And for Tide Burn, I mean, not his best game today. He's still coming back from injury. He was really good last week in that second half. I think when he maybe gets a start next week against the All Blacks, maybe he does. Maybe he plays off the bench again, but he needs to just play a little bit more right now because he is one of the best players in this team, and I prefer him in the loose forwards. Yes, he's a good lock, but I really prefer him at number 6 right now. So maybe he will play number 6 next week against the All Blacks. We'll have to see, but I prefer him in the loose forwards. I think he works better there, but you can still use him as a lock option as well, but I don't like him as a starting lock option, especially with the guys that Ireland have available. But moving on to the loose forwards, some really good loose forward players here. Jack Conan, I've gone for a 6 out of 10. Nick Timney, I've gone for a 7 out of 10, and Sean Janssen, I've gone for an 8 out of 10. Jack Conan with a solid performance, getting his hard work done. Not his most outstanding performance, but he did the hard work necessary to break Japan down and eventually get the win. He's one of those guys that he's not going to do too many things out of structure. He's going to play the game the right way within the structures of the team, but he's going to make a good impact while doing it. So a 6 out of 10 for him. Nick Timoney was really good today with ball in hand. He's a nuisance around the field. He is a very hard worker, and he keeps reminding me of a Kwagga Smith. So I really do like Nick Timoney. Honestly, maybe after the next World Cup, he'll be a starter from now on because he's a really good player. But I don't know. I like him coming off the bench, but a 7 out of 10 for Nick Timoney. And then Sean Janssen, his debut at number 8. What a performance from him. This guy is such a good player, and you guys were all right about him in my comments. I didn't really pay too much attention to him. I didn't really pay that much attention to him at all in URC. I watched him a few times, but seeing him now, seeing how he is, he's ready for international rugby. He just has that mentality. He has that presence on the field where he's going to do the hard work. He's going to run through you. He's going to run over you. He doesn't care who you are. He's going to play hard, and he's the type of guy I think could be a shock person alongside Nick Timoney to come off the bench next week for the All Blacks game. Watch. I really do believe it might be a Nick Timoney, Sean Janssen kind of 1-2 punch coming off the bench together against the All Blacks next week, and I would be all for it. I would absolutely love it. So just pay attention to that. I think that might be happening. That's what I think would happen, but I will be doing a predicted lineup because it's going to be very interesting. Moving on to the backline, number 9 and number 10. Craig Casey, I've gone for a 6 out of 10. A good performance, but I just don't see him being better than Nathan Doak. And that is a problem there right now, because when Jameson Gibson-Park doesn't play, it's like it's a completely different team sometimes. And I thought Nathan Doak came on, he added some crisp service, he was a lot quicker from the base. Of course, Craig Casey's a good player, he plays very well from the bench. But I don't know what it is. They just need to learn. There's something from Jameson Gibson-Park. Just the way he understands the speed of the game. He understands the momentum. When to speed things up. When to slow things down. When to box kick. When to kind of take your chances. They just need to learn a few things from Jameson Gibson-Park. Because Craig Casey, I've gone for a 6 out of 10. A pretty average performance. Not a great performance, but not a bad performance either. Then for Kieran Frawley at number 10, I've gone for a 5 out of 10. Not his best day. Things didn't go his way. Lack of cohesion. I mean, if a 9 and 10 haven't played together that much before, playing in a completely new team, the whole team's been shuffled around. Those are probably the 2 guys and the hooker as well. Number 2, number 9, and number 10 are probably the 3 guys in the team that will not look the best at all. They will look the worst. So you have to understand from that perspective as well. If Kieran Frawley was playing within the full Ireland setup today with the proper team, the full strength team, he probably would have looked a lot better. So that's just what I'm seeing from it. Still a very good player. Looked a lot better once he moved to fullback later in the game. So definitely still a very key utility player for the Ireland team going forward. Now looking at the 2 wings here, Jacob Stockdale and Jimmy O'Brien. I've gone for a 6 out of 10 for them both. Even though I thought Jimmy O'Brien was a little bit better than Jacob Stockdale, had a few good line breaks as well. But Jacob Stockdale, there was one play where I can't remember who scored the try. It might have been Janssen who scored the try. But Jacob Stockdale had some really good interplay there, had some very good moments there. Then he was quiet for the rest of the game. He wasn't really anywhere else. He did his job all right. I didn't think he was good. I didn't think he was bad. So 6 out of 10 for Jacob Stockdale. And same for Jimmy O'Brien. I mean, look, right now the way I'm seeing it with the Ireland perspective is Robert Balogun is the guy. When Tommy O'Brien's back, he is one of those guys as well. Jamie Osborne probably will be on the wing next week as well. But for right now, these guys are not going to catch Robert Balogun right now. And of course, when Mac Hansen comes back, he's another guy that comes in there and he's got that kind of individual brilliance that can really set him apart from the rest. Jacob Stockdale and Jimmy O'Brien right now are very good role players for the team. That's a big word used for the NBA, for basketball, are role players. These are players that they play their role very well, and they have they're a very key integral part of the team because they play their role so well, almost like a James Ryan. So those guys will play their role well. Not that many X Factor moments. I was maybe expecting a bit more. Might be harsh to expect a bit more, but also these guys have shown what they can do before. So it is pretty disappointing when they don't do these X Factor incredible things you expect from them. But a 6 out of 10 for the both of them. That's not a bad score at all. Moving on to the centers, Stuart McCloskey, I've gone for a 6 out of 10. I was going to push it down a bit, but then I realized I'm rating everybody on the same basis for this game. Stuart McCloskey, I've gone for a 6 out of 10. He was okay today. Not one of the better players. Probably in the lower half of the good players today. He was probably one of the weaker players today. I wouldn't say he was a weak player, but Things didn't work out for him today. Didn't get the same go forward ball. Didn't get as many opportunities today either. Wasn't as effective today. These things happen. He still didn't have a bad game. He still wasn't a cost to the team. So at least if you have your not best game, don't be a cost to the team, and he wasn't. So 6 out of 10. Number 13, Robbie Henshaw. I thought he was better than Stuart McCloskey. So I've gone for a 7 out of 10 for Robbie Henshaw. A better performance from him. You can see he wants to be in the team so bad. He's playing hard. He wants to be there. I don't think they will separate Gary Ringrose and Stuart McCloskey right now, though. But at least they know Robbie Henshaw is not in bad form. They're waiting in the wings if something does happen as well. And I've seen a lot of the comments there. Oh, other guys coming through as well. I forgot the guy's name. A centre from one of the other clubs. It could be Ulster. I saw one of the comments, but there are other guys coming through. But I think for right now, McCloskey, Henshaw, and Ringrose probably are the 3 main guys, with probably an Osborne as well that can move from fullback to wing to centre as well, which makes him very valuable in this team. So for me personally, next week, Nick Timoney, Sean Janssen, Frawley, Aki, and Osborne, I'd like to see maybe next week somewhere along the lines. But I think it's going to be between Frawley and Osborne if they were both not to start, to see who makes the bench spot. But I think Osborne will be in the starting lineup. So Frawley, Aki, Timoney, and Sean Janssen for me are my bets to be on the bench next week. But we'll have to see for that one. Number 15, Jamie Osborne. I've gone for a 7 out of 10. Good performance, one of the better performances, if not the best performance in the back line. A very solid player at the back. You can just see he's a lot more comfortable in the fullback position compared to wing. But they still have to take the chance and play him on the wing next week against the All Blacks. They have to. He's good in the air. He's a solid player. He's physical. He's a big match player as well. He has that big match temperament where he's scored in big games. He's scored against England. He scored against Scotland. He knows how to score in those big games. So play him on the wing. It might be a little bit different for him, but he's still a very good rugby player. So he'll be alright. So I think he will be on the wing for the next game. But I think once those guys come back, like a Balakoon, he probably will be fine. And then once a Mac Hansen comes back as well, those guys will probably be the wingers as well as Tommy O'Brien. So looking at the replacements, I've gone for a 6 out of 10. I thought the replacements were okay today. Tom Stewart, his lineouts weren't the best. Nathan Doak was pretty solid. Gave Tom Stewart a good ball there. Good line run from him. I thought all the guys on the bench were decent today. I don't think they really had the best platform set by the starters to have the best possible impact on the game, because the starters have to do some sort of a job to kind of wear the team down, get the cohesion going so that the bench guys can come on and just plug into those holes, and it's almost like a seamless transition. Today it wasn't like that. Those guys had to come on and they were like, what is going on? Why is why is there no cohesion? So you could just see that from the bench players. They did add a bit of impact as well, so I've gone for a 6 out of 10. Not a bad performance. So I'll just go over my ratings one more time. Tom O'Toole 6, Ronan Keller 4, Thomas Clarkson 7, Tide Burns 6, James Ryan 6, Jack Conan 6, Nick Timoney 7, Sean Janssen, incredible, number 8, gave him an 8, Craig Casey 6, Kieran Frawley 5, Jacob Stockdale 6, Stuart McCloskey 6, Robbie Henshaw 7, Jimmy O'Brien 6, and Jamie Osborne 7, as well as the replacements, a 6 out of 10. So let me know if you agree or if you disagree down below. If you do disagree, please let me know why. Let's talk about it. Don't just say bad ratings. Just let me know down below in the comments so we can talk about it. This is right after the game, so I literally watched the game right now, and this is what I can think, this is what I can remember. Just trying to do my instant reaction to the game. But thank you so much for all the support. There'll be a lot more content coming out. Team of the week tomorrow, review as well, predicted lineups next week for the All Blacks game. That's going to be massive. Thank you so much for all the support. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.